What do you got there?
First thing he told me, I'm taller than he is. This is one place where I'm taller because I'm higher than you. You sat in that high chair
Right.
in your office for a long time, and I'm looking up at you like that.
Right.
So, did you want to buy something here, sir, for me? I'm here with the Latremore Insurance Company.
The best company in Clinton County.
You heard that someplace?
Yes, I have.
I see. All right. Well, tell us a little bit about your office operations here, Glenn.
We've been down here for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Where Curtis and his mother started this office down here. When Curtis graduated from college, he didn't want to go in the insurance business in the beginning. He wanted to be in computers. So he went to college in computers. And one Saturday afternoon he called and he said, "Do you care if I go in the insurance business?" And I said, "Curtis, I don't care if you go in the insurance business, but you better make sure this is what you want. You always said you didn't want the insurance business." He said, "I changed my mind. That's what I want to go." And I went to Siena, signed up for the last semester there, and they have an insurance course, and I can take my license from that course. And he said, "Do you mind?" And we said, "No." So he went to Siena. When he came back home, he had his license to sell insurance, and he said, "I'm not going to go in Chazy office." He said, "I don't want people to say that you gave me the business." He said, "I want to start an office in Plattsburgh." So his mother and I and Curtis came down to Plattsburgh, rode around to see if there was any vacancies, and we saw a sign out here that said commercial office space available. We stopped in. Dr. O'Connor owns the building. He said he had an interview that night for this office, someone from Malone, but if they didn't take it, he would give us a call. About 2 or 3 days later he called and he said they didn't take it, would we come down? So we came down, and at that time, that's all we had. We've got the whole upstairs now, but where Calvin is standing back there,
Uh-huh.
over to that was the only space that we got, because everything else was occupied.
And we're upstairs, and we're in the corner of
Cornelia and Oak.
Cornelia and Oak.
So Dr. O'Connor, we told him that we were starting a new office, and he was very good. We said we didn't have any idea how it was going to work out. We certainly couldn't afford that much, and he said, "I'll tell you what, this is what I'll give you this office space for," which was less. Well, it was about $200 a month, which in the city you cannot find that. They've been very good to us, and as each office, we kept growing, kept running out of space. So as the attendants moved out, we took their space.
Uh-huh.
So we have the whole upstairs now. This office is doing very well. I believe there's, 7 employees down here.
Uh-huh.
And Curtis managed it all. I and his mother don't come down here hardly at all. He does a good job managing it.
Now, when a company decides to close up as an insurance agency in a city like this, do they usually sell it to somebody new, or does an existing agency usually try to take it over first?
Usually an existing agency tries to take it over.
So you don't have an extra competitor coming in?
Right.
Yeah.
We started with nothing here.
I know,
Just
that's
making
another
sure-
thing. It'd been easier if you had bought an existing one, even small. You have some,
Right.
you know.
So this is how we started here, and it's been doing very well.
Did you have many customers from this area up in Chazy before you started here?
This is funny. Chazy, when your office in Chazy, they get customers from Chazy, Champlain, Rouse's Point, Moore's Forks, Ellingburg, in that area.
Didn't get Plattsburgh at all?
Plattsburgh very little, and West Chazy we didn't get at all.
Huh.
Because everyone in West Chazy takes Route 22
Yep.
into Plattsburgh. We got the West Chazy people up here in the Plattsburgh
Uh-huh.
office. There's Plattsburgh people here too. Now Curtis is getting Peru, this area also now in the Plattsburgh area, which we would never get in Chazy.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to meet some of your employees here that have been here various lengths of time, huh?
Yes, from.
All right. Now, this is the reception office. When they come up, they come here?
This is where they usually make their payments, or if they want to buy personal lines policy, this is where they come. Yes.
So if I talk to this lady, she'd be the one with all the money?
Claire, she's the one with all the money. And
Just
she's,
like your wife, huh?
Just like, yeah.
All right, I'm going to sit right down here next to her and see who this person is. I can see right there. It says Claire Bosley Lambert. Now, it's Claire. Both of those names I recognize from Northern Tier. Is that right?
Yes.
Let's start off with your maiden name, Bosley.
Yes.
There's about 3 or 4 Bosleys up there, Moore's Forks, near Ellenburg, and also the former mayor of Moore's.
Exactly.
Who's your mom and dad?
Dave and Eileen.
And I was there when they celebrated I'm not their 25th, it was your uncle's 25th I went to.
Yes.
But you were also there with your mom and dad in our first ever reunion of NCCS, CHS back in '90, and you were helping to serve that night?
Yes, I
We're
was.
getting ready for next year again. I think this time we're going out to a restaurant rather than go through all the work that some of the people had. All right, and then Lambert.
Yes.
We know some Lamberts, Altone. Yeah, that's who it is.
Yes.
We met your father-in-law then at the Lone Tree. What's the name of the housing in Altona?
Senior housing.
All right. How long have you been here?
4.5 years.
Before that, were you in insurance?
Yes. I worked in a couple of different agencies. I've been in almost 9 years in the insurance business.
Doing the same thing now as you were doing at other agencies?
Pretty much, yes.
What's your main part of this business?
Personal lines, automobiles, homeowners, life insurance.
The same thing you do, they would do the next desk over?
Yes. Yes.
How would you, do you do an alphabet from A to, you do, oh, that's the way it's done? Okay, what part of the alphabet would you, for instance?
Basically A to F, and then I have some of the tail end also.
I guess you know that V, we don't refer to it as tail end. We refer to it the back end of
The
the,
back end.
the back end of the alphabet. And this number one right over there next to the computer?
That actually is my nephew, Brett Mosley.
Oh,
It's my
sure.
brother's son.
Oh, well.
My godson.
Your
But I keep a
godson,
picture
yes,
here.
yes. Is your son up here anywhere?
I don't have any
You
children
don't
yet.
have any
No.
children yet. Well, you're going to have to take some time off if you want some children.
Yes.
And your computer says goodbye.
Mhm.
What else can you tell us about being up here? You see Glenn very often?
Once in a while he'll come down and
Come
visit
down
us.
and
Not
visit,
real
yeah.
often. Very
Yeah.
busy.
It's a bigger office than I expected. Really, you said I guess there's 7 people here. Right. Do you ever work with the other people in conjunction on the same report sometime?
Oh,
or
yeah, every day.
You do?
Yeah, pretty
All right.
much. Same kind
Okay.
of changing rules, stuff like that.
Okay, you're very close to the big parking lot, but you can't use it.
Right.
And all right. Well, Claire, anything else that I should know about your end of this business?
I think that's it.
You like the big cups like I do. God, look at this. Look at this. When you go coffee, that's enough coffee for all day?
Water is what it's in
Okay.
it.
Listen, tell your mom and dad I said hello.
I will do that.
I saw them.
Those with their sweaters too.
Right? Yeah, that's right. They met.
Yes.
I saw your mom and dad, I think, at the Labor Day celebration in Moores. They were there, and I think I saw Ed also, family, and I saw your grandmother. You got a grandmother that
Yes.
saw her over at the Moores Forks. Feel old home week here, huh? Anybody else here from the Northern Tier that I'm going to meet?
In the other offices.
Oh, yeah?
There is
I
one.
met the Trombley girl.
Yes.
I saw her already. Okay, we'll be right back. We're at Latremore's office in Plattsburgh, New York. We're on the 4-inch elevation higher than Glen here. We're moving right down the line, and the further we get down, the more they smile, right? Your name is Jean?
Jeannie Douglas Mattis.
Douglas Mattis. You from Plattsburgh?
Now I am. I'm originally from Osable.
That's the Douglas area down there, I think. I remember
Yes,
the names
it
in the
is.
Douglas area. So now I guess I have to ask you, how long have you been here, Jeannie?
I've been here, it'll be 2 years in February.
Have you always been in insurance? Worked in the offices in the past?
Yes, I've had 16 years experience. I was with another agency for 14 years.
Uh-huh. That's where you get experience, eh?
That's
Let me
right.
ask you, when you're at an agency or in another insurance place and you come like this, do you find a big difference in the way not the way they do things a little bit, they don't all do the things the same way. Did you have to remember things, as they say, or forget things and learn a different way to do it?
Not really. But I was in commercial lines before I came to Latremore, and it was a little bit of a change to do personal lines, but I enjoy talking with people and helping them out and making sure that they're covered properly.
Mm-hmm. It's a whole new ball game between commercial and personal, I would think.
Yes.
You know?
But it's nicer to have contact.
Yeah.
You have more contact with your insureds.
Now, when you have, you're handling when I buy something, with the purchases here, right?
Right.
If I have a claim, it would be going through you or through somebody else?
Oh, you would come to us.
To you yourself, right in
Yes.
this office?
Yes, and then we would forward it on to the company, and if you had any problems, then we would intercede and make sure that everything went along smoothly.
You get a lot of business by phone?
Yes, a lot of business by phone. And a lot of referrals, too.
Is your day very different from one to the other? Or do you more or less do the same thing each day, type of thing?
You do something different
Every
day. You do something different every,
Have you got any kind of plan for tomorrow, for instance? Do you have any idea what you're going to be doing tomorrow?
Oh, yes, I know what
Exactly
I'm
what
gonna be
you
I've got a good idea.
got a good idea. Finishing up what you didn't do today?
Yes.
because someone came in and talked to you instead of letting you work?
We're here to talk to the people.
Like me?
We're here to talk to the people. That's what we're here for.
All right. Do you take turns getting up on the counter when someone
Yes.
comes in?
Yes, generally Beth does.
All right. You like that part of it?
Yes, I like to talk to people. I like to help people.
Uh-huh. Now, I notice, it's very different up here. You're right under the gun, so to speak, when people come in. The other offices are by themselves more. They don't have a lot of people coming in to see them as much as you do.
Well, they have a lot of people
They do?
in to see them, yes. The commercial lines is in the other room, and then Bernie's in a specialty automobile coverage. She does specialty automobile coverages.
Did you get any business school training at all?
I'm a graduate of Our Lady of Victory.
You know what they say on TV? Wouldn't you rather be a graduate than to compete against one? You've seen that ad on OLVA? My daughter is an OLVA graduate, and let me tell you something. When Plattsburgh lost OLVA, when you went to get a job, you just say OLVA, and you got in the front door, didn't you?
Yes, I had a job before I graduated.
Unbelievable. My daughter is the secretary for the county judge over here, and she graduated about 1974 or 5, I think, from there.
I graduated in '78. I went back after my children were older.
Terrific. I think and we're going to miss OLVA closing
Definitely.
like that. No question about it. Well, listen, thank you for talking to us. You have a family you want to tell me about? And children?
Oh, I have 3 children.
Live in the area?
Yes, they do. 3 grandchildren.
Uh-huh. What do the 3 children do? What are your...
My daughter's an assistant manager in the deli for Price Chopper. My sons are correction officers.
Uh-huh. Good jobs up here for those correction officers. Huh?
Yes. Yep.
Did their party get in on Tuesday? Do you know?
Oh,
Oh, better not
we
say anything. We don't talk about
politics.
that.
That can lead to arguments. We're here to agree with people, not to disagree.
I agree with you. And we'll agree right now to say thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Jeannie Mattis.
Yeah.
All right, the third person in this office, and the one that usually gets up to the counter, she's up here now, is
Beth Carlin.
Beth Carlin, Carlin.
Right.
Plattsburgh
Right.
native? Yeah.
No, not a native. My parents were in the military. We retired here.
They retired here. They like the area that I've taken.
Yep, they like the area. And,
You like the snow?
Yeah, they like
You,
the snow.
are you used to the snow from
Oh
before?
yeah, well we've been here since I was 5 or 6.
Oh, wow, gosh,
Been here
yeah.
about 20 some years.
Don't say that. You don't have to say that. Oh, my gosh. All right, so is your job any different than the 2 ladies I just spoke to, really?
Yes, really what I do is I assist and help them. I don't actually write any policies, but I answer the phone and then help out with the things that I can take off of them.
Is that because you haven't been here very long?
Yeah,
or-
I've only been here a year, and I haven't had any prior experience in the insurance business.
So do you go and help anybody else in here, or are you more or less for a
I
helper?
do a little bit of everything. Yeah, I try to help out where I can.
Have you been to insurance school at all yet?
No, I went to a couple of one seminar for a day. So yeah.
You like getting out of the office like that? Did you enjoy that
Yeah,
day?
it was nice.
Do you have any kind of home study you do at all?
No, not right now. No.
So what you're doing basically now is what you do in another office, except that it's insurance rather than something else.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Do you know much about insurance yet? You're learning.
I'm learning. Yeah,
You're learning?
I'm learning.
Did you any business school before you came here?
Yeah, I went to Our Lady of Victory.
Another one.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. It wasn't hard to get a job, I bet you, when you applied
no,
either.
No.
I'm really sorry to hear that, the OLVA. We were trying to do a story on them, and we just never got to it, Calvin. We were going to go up and talk to the sister there and just
Right.
talk about it, because it's a
Sister
great,
Martha.
great tradition. Great tradition. You learn your computing there and everything else?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, then you found a home here.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
All
Met my
right.
husband and married here. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you're married too?
Yes.
Carlin.
Right.
What was your maiden name?
Legan. Leagon.
Where was your father and mother originally from? Where were they?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. I thought the people from here are going to North Carolina, but
Yeah,
you
they-
came here.
Yeah, we came up this way.
All right. Well, listen, thank you very, very much for talking with us. Anything else you want to tell me that I didn't know enough to ask you? What are
No.
all these plaques on the wall for?
I think they're for
Awards?
certain years, aren't they? Awards?
Are those awards?
Insurance awards, are they?
Yeah, they're monthly.
Thank you, Curtis.
Monthly.
Monthly awards.
Oh.
Outstanding achievement, I guess. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say, God, you got one for every year, but now there's 12 months in every year, so you didn't get one for every month.
No.
Because, all
They
right.
stopped giving them after 1 year.
Huh?
They stopped giving them after 1 year.
All
They said the
right.
Latremores did such a great job, they're going to take all the awards, so they stopped
Well,
giving them. didn't
I'll tell you, when we were going to Latremore, I thought we were going to probably talk a total of maybe 6 people. I had no idea. You're pushing 15, 18 employees total
Yes.
on the payroll, huh? And they're all as nice as this lady right here?
Yeah, well, some are nicer.
So nice. Oh.
The only one that's not on the payroll is that's me.
You're not on the payroll.
Yeah,
No,
got my money.
yeah. After you give out, you keep what's left.
That's right.
Thank you very
Well, thank
much.
you.
Okay, right.
Okay, bye.
We moved around from the original office into another office here. There are 4 people seated now, and the first one I'm going to talk to is
Lynn Trombley.
Lynn Trombley, and I'm going to ask you first, L-A-Y, L-E-Y, or L-Y? L-Y. From?
Chazy.
Chazy. Your father is not Russell Trombley,
No, no.
but he's
that's
your
mine.
uncle.
Yes.
By marriage?
Yes, by marriage.
By marriage, all right. So your father-in-law is which?
Richard Trombley.
Richard, the other state policeman.
Yes.
You're married to Rick, I
Yes,
think you said.
I am.
All right.
Mhm.
How long have you been here, Lynn?
16 years.
So you started in Chazy?
Yes, I did. I worked 6 years in Chazy, and I've been down here 10 years.
So you've been 2/3 of the time they've been in. They've are 25 years this year, and you're 16
guess.
years with it, huh?
Uh-huh.
The only job you ever had.
Well, I had a
Wouldn't
few
you?
other little jobs before, but
The only real job, right?
the only real job, yes.
So coming through, Glenn was saying that there's only 2 people in this office that don't have a license to be able to sell insurance.
Right.
So you have one,
Yes,
and the
I
girl
do.
behind me does not, the lady behind me. What function does this office serve that's different than the other one out front? Is there a reason why that you're here rather than out there?
Well, 2 of us here do the commercial operations, the commercial insurance, and we do the substandard auto in this room. It kind of separates.
What do you mean by substandard auto?
Substandard is anyone that is not eligible to go through a regular company for tickets or their age or the vehicle.
What do they call that? There's another
The
name.
assigned risk.
Assigned risk. That's what everybody knows about. The assigned risk.
Yes.
Huh? And those insurance companies hate to get that, but they throw it into a pool,
Yes.
and they must take it.
Yes.
At
they
a
have
high
to
rate.
take it, yes.
All right. Do you have many? You have quite a few of those?
Assigned risk? Yes, we do. That's a big. That's a
Not
big
because they're under
market.
26, but because of other things, DWI or tickets, points, things like that?
It's various things. It could be somebody that hasn't had insurance for several months or a few years, and we have to start them out in the assigned risk. Or it could be tickets, a young driver's age. A lot of times to get into a regular company, a standard company, you have to have your license for a number of years.
If a person is graduated from high school, got his license for the first time, he had driver education, it's a male or a female, let's take either one or both, would they all automatically go on assigned risk?
Not automatically. It depends on where the parents are insured. If this child has been listed on the parents' policy, there's a good chance that they could spin off from that policy onto a policy right in the standard company. Those standard companies will do this as a courtesy to the parents because they have them insured, have the child listed. But if the child doesn't have that opportunity, then they do have to start out from the assigned risk.
What about how much difference is the insurance cost for the same type of record? Can
You're
is that-
asking the wrong person.
I'm asking the wrong person.
Because I work more the commercial.
Okay, I beg your pardon, yes, you're talking commercial, all right, you're talking commercial.
I did do the substandard auto. I've done all of it. And
So-
in fact, I've
Right, is there a commercial driving license, that's different too? You're handling the car insurance for commercial?
business auto, commercial general liability, risk more for businesses, contractors, more that type. I'm more Curtis's helper.
Is the day made up of enough different to keep you, well, you've been here 16 years, must be.
I never have to watch the clock.
You don't watch the clock?
No, in fact-
You enjoy what you're doing?
When 5 o'clock comes, there's just not enough hours in the day to get everything you have to, and there's such a variety.
Yeah.
And there's always something different. You don't know who's going to be on the phone
That's
next,
true,
or
true. You smile like this all day?
well, you try to.
When you get home, do you still smile at Rick? You gotta tell us.
Well, he's my sounding board at home. You know those problem customers you go home and you tell your husband about.
Oh, yes, yes. So there's nobody else at Latremore except the family been that long, has there? No, we talked with Ducky. She's 14 and a half.
Right, she started when I went on maternity leave for one of my children.
Uh-huh.
I did quit 3 times for each one of my kids, and I came back.
How long were you off, and did you work?
My last one, I was 4 or 5 months. That was the longest. I held out the longest for that one.
Now, the next one you'll be off even longer.
Oh, there won't be another
There
one.
won't be another one.
I think Glenn's glad to hear that. No.
All right, Lynn, I don't know anything else you'd ask. We've got other people to talk to, but
Okay.
is there anything different on any of your computer or anything here that I've talked with anybody else that I should know about? As
No.
being a business part of it, there's nothing else that I need to know. These are your numbers. You call out many times? Do you call many people?
I have to call a lot of companies.
But do you ever call clients, or do they always want to call you instead?
Return calls, a lot
Return,
of...
but not really.
No.
No reason to call them too much, huh?
No, no.
But you do call the insurance companies.
Yes, we talk to them quite often.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lynn Chambly, Chazy, New York. And this young lady I moved over to, his name?
Vicki Holdridge.
Holdridge. All right, Vicki, you got one of the nicest spots in the whole office. You can look outside and see cars go by.
No, I don't watch the
You don't.
cars
You
go
can't.
by.
You don't watch cars ever.
No. Well, I can't.
When you're
say
thinking,
never.
you turn around and you kind of think, "Let me think now." No, you don't do that. How long have you
No, I
been
try
here?
not to. Just a year.
Just a year. So you're one of the two people that do not have a license yet.
Right.
That's because you're so new. What are you doing anything about that now? When are you going to be working toward a license? Really, is that going to happen?
I guess so.
They usually want you to have a license, I think, as many as possible. He said that there's only one up in Chazy, and you're one of only two here that don't have a license. That don't mean that you don't get your work done. But what do you do mainly here now? Are you working on claims more than?
No, I do a variety of things.
Uh-huh.
I do help out Lynn as much as I can.
Are you from the area?
Yes, from Keysville. I'm
Holdridge.
originally from Rochester.
Holdridge. Seems that name sounds familiar to me in that I think I refereed with a Holdridge. but-
Larry Holdridge.
Yes.
He's my father-in-law.
Well, I know. Tell him that Bob then said hello.
Okay.
I did referee with him soccer 18, 19 years ago when we used to go up to Chazy together. Yes, I think he was in both leagues, as a matter of fact. Yes, we were in that together. All right, and you graduated from where?
I'm from Rochester.
Rochester. All right. All right. So, how did you get your job here? How did you pick out this place to work? Was there a reason for that? Just
Well-
apply? Was it in the paper? Did they put an ad in the paper?
Jeannie, out in front.
Yes.
She said there was positions available. So,
Best way to get a job.
yes.
Recommended by somebody, and I'm sure he respected her opinion, and that's great. Yeah, you got here, and you don't have to fight that line and everybody else. That's great. Yeah. So let me think. Before, this isn't your first job.
No,
What were you doing before?
insurance.
Insurance also.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to have to ask Glenn, I guess, whether he likes someone that comes that has experience or don't have experience. There's two thoughts. You come and you train them the way you want, rather than untrained because they're doing a little bit different than what you do.
I mostly did personal lines.
And you're still doing that now? Oh, no, are you one of
not
the business?
really. Pardon me?
Are you one of the business lines now?
I work with commercial lines.
Okay, I said business. Commercial is not the word I want. And I thought the other lady would be the commercial, but she's not. All right. She can even see much as out as you can. She's got her. See, I think as you're here
busy,
longer,
too.
you can look out the window. Then they're going to make it face the window after you've been here more years than that. All right. Well, who are all these pictures on the wall? Are those part of your families?
Yes, they are. But,
Your children here?
yeah, those are my sons.
Those are your sons.
Nicholas
Wow.
and Jordan.
What is it?
Nicholas and
Jordan. I have a Jordan grandson. Yeah.
And these are my nephews,
Uh-huh.
Justin and Joshua.
Yeah. Calvin has a Justin. Hey, we're right in business here. Listen, thank you very much for talking to us, and good luck
Thank
in
you.
your next 19 years here at Latremore Insurance. I'm starting off with this interview in a bad light because he introduced you as the substandard. Now, what does he mean by that?
Well, he means that it could be the assigned risk. A standard company is a company other than the standard markets.
All right, that's what you are working on. Your name?
Bernadette Trudeau.
Bernadette Trudeau. I should have looked. I remember seeing it right there now. From the Plattsburgh area?
Altona.
Altona. Well, Altona's good. Other people from Altona here too, huh?
Yeah,
Altona. Altona has really changed in the last 10 years
it's
or so.
grown.
And not only that, but the main street, all of a sudden, I noticed maybe a couple of years ago through in there, people have paved it or picked up or something. You got a beautiful main street.
Yeah, I don't live right in Alton. I live in Wren Hill.
Yeah, Rand Hill. That's all right, that's nice. You got a good view from up where you live?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
The highest part of the mountain.
Yeah, a lot of wind in the winter.
Ooh,
You burn
yes.
wood?
No.
Bernadette, how long have you been working here?
Going on 4 years.
Okay. And you have a license they were talking about.
Yes, I do.
One of the licenses. And you always work on what you call substandard?
Not always. I used to work in the standard markets. I worked at Barry Scott's, and that's where I really got into the non-standard markets.
Uh-huh.
And then when I came here, this is where they put me.
So you've been right at this same desk ever since you've been here? More
Sort
or less,
of.
in this area right
More
here?
or less.
Yeah. Does your computer handle anything different than the others? Do you just have certain companies in your computer?
No, yeah, I have all the
you
companies in my
access
computer.
to everything,
Mhm.
huh? All right, so that, who are the most people? I was talking with the business next door. Now, who would be the substandard? The people with driving records and
Driving records,
young?
the young drivers, people that have not had prior insurance prior to coming
yeah.
to see me.
Neither you or I would be substandard.
Not unless we went out and got tickets.
Because we certainly can't qualify for 26, can we?
We certainly can't. Yes, I can.
You're 30-ish. I mean,
Around
I've got my 30
just
years.
about that.
I got my 30 years in too. Do you get people complaining much when they go to find out they're going to go into the assigned risk?
Oh, yes.
Do they talk to you or do they talk to somebody else about that?
They go out front first to the standard markets, and then when they can't do anything for them, they send them over to me.
Well, you know, when we came in first and we didn't talk, there was someone sitting here, a client, and we didn't want to take pictures with the client. So people come back here and you're interviewing them right here.
Yes. Screening them.
Yeah. So there's no difference between that and what you're doing right now, except I got the mic this time, and the other time you were doing the
That's
questioning.
right.
Is that right?
We switched places.
You switched places. How does it feel now? See?
Well, it feels good. I'm not so busy.
All right. They used to talk about the higher rates for boys, males, under 26. Is that also enough for the female? The females?
The female is got a lesser rate. They're a lower rate than a male. The male, 16 or 25, is the highest rate.
16 to 25?
And if depending on whether they're single, they're married, or whatever. It varies. Every policy is different.
I don't know if you're the right person for me to ask this or not, if you're in a position, but if a person's out there getting a car for the first time and they're going to go try to get insurance, is there anything that they should find out or do before they come to see you about insurance?
They should see me first before they buy the car.
Before they buy the car. That's good. That's a good point. They should, because they may not get the insurance.
Because it might be so high.
Might be
they
so
can't afford
expensive. It could cost more than the car.
Right, exactly.
It could very well cost a lot, huh?
Sure. In many cases with the young drivers.
Yeah. When they get a policy from you and they're young like that, are they on probation more or less for 6 months only, and or it could be canceled?
They're
or?
only on probation as far as their license is concerned.
Not as
They're
far
new
as the
drivers,
insurance is
But
concerned.
not as far as the insurance. They're new drivers according
Yes.
to the new policy.
Okay, well, we're not going to find out everything about substandard, but we found out a little bit, and we found out that you're not substandard. I'm going to tell Glenn that he wasn't very clear, because when he said we're going to go talk to substandard, I thought he was referring to you.
To me,
That
no.
wouldn't be right,
I'm
would
not-
it?
I'm not substandard.
He knows that too, doesn't he? Huh?
He knows that too.
I'm going to tell Mary about it.
You tell her.
And she'll tell him about it. You know.
She'll give him the devil.
She will? Thank you very much, Bernadette.
You're welcome.
Bernadette Trudeau, we're at the Latremores, and we're just having a great time, aren't we?
We sure are.
We're moving from desk to desk up here, trying at least to let you know who's here working at Latremore. When you come in, you might recognize some of these faces. All I remember here is Tim. Last name, Tim?
Gibbons.
Gibbons. I know Yule Gibbons. Any relation to Yule Gibbons?
No relation at all.
You know that his son lives in Moores? Remember Yule
He
Gibbons?
does?
Yeah, he's got a son that lives in Moores, New York. It works for our NCCS school. We met, and he was on TV with us one time.
Oh, wow. That's
Because
interesting.
Yule Gibbons was very well known. Now, let me ask you, do they pay you for this job? You were working with all these women, or is that just an extra?
That's part of the benefit.
I
of
bet it
work-
is,
of working
yes.
here,
Yeah. I haven't talked to many males unless you were a Latremore today. The only other male I've talked to is a Latremore all day long.
That's about it. Yeah, I'm not a Latremore and I'm a male. It's kind of unusual in this
Yeah,
place.
how long you been up here?
Here at Latremore is 5 years.
All right. Now, you're different also in the sense that you don't sell liability or car insurance or any of those.
Well, I'm licensed for that, but my expertise is in life insurance, retirement planning, disability income, pension.
All of those. I
yeah.
thought you were rich with life. All of those.
So we handle the whole lines basically, from insurance needs for the business to the personal needs to family needs.
So you handle both personal life insurance as well as business?
That's correct. Yep.
Do you have enough time? I mean, are you out going door to door? Or?
No, we don't really do a door-to-door solicitation. We have enough to handle with the accounts that we have basically right here and servicing their needs. And being actually the life insurance portion is new to Latremore in the past 5 years. So we're just we're in the process of building it up and presenting our programs to the different businesses and families in the area.
So you're the only one they've ever had in life up here.
That's correct. Curtis is licensed in life, and so is Glenn is also licensed in the life insurance. But
so you've been here nearly all the time they've been handling the life insurance. Basically, they said about 5 years, and it's about 5 years.
Yeah, I've been in the business for 10 years. So
from the area originally?
Well, I've moved here in about 1966, so I'm just about as close
nearly
to
a native.
Yeah, nearly a native.
That's good enough for New York State. If you're in Vermont, you're never long enough unless you were born there.
That's true.
But you're welcome here.
Yeah, I'm pretty close to a native. Yeah,
you are. All right, so that you go out of the office much, or they come to you?
Yep, little of both. We go out of the office, meet families in their homes, talk to people in businesses. A lot of people come here because they're used to coming here for their auto and their home and etc. And so we find a lot of people coming here too to meet their life needs.
That means you do some night work then?
Yes, I do. Yeah,
you got it for life insurance. You got to be there when the two people are there. That's
yeah,
usually
a lot of in this day and age, most families are two income providers, and they have different working hours, and a lot of it is in evening hours and different work shifts. So we work around that and accommodate them.
Anything else that you want to tell me about this facet of the insurance business? I'm sure most people don't know that. A general insurance company like Latremore or any of the others in the area handle life insurance. Most of them do have life insurance now.
I believe quite a few of them do. I don't know the extent that they're involved in life and the other programs, but as far as Latremore is concerned, we do have very competitive life insurance products. We deal with over 5 different life insurance companies. We also do handle disability, so if somebody is hurt on or off the job, we basically can provide disability income protection for them. We handle pension plans for businesses. We handle retirement plans, a plan called pension maximization, where people are retiring from civil service or state. We have an excellent program to help supplement their retirement and basically helping them choose different options and maximize their retirement programs from the state. Okay. So we do quite a bit.
Okay, we're talking with Tim Gibbons, and I don't know if you knew it before, but you know it now, that if you're interested in life insurance and you want to get some general information, some comparisons, you could check with Latremore, check with Tim, or you don't have to be at Latremore. It could be any other. Many of the other general insurance companies can give you some information. They don't have to be the person that comes knocking at your door at night from one of the well-known life insurance companies you've known in the past. Is that true?
That's correct. Yeah.
And we're not saying you got to come to Latremore either, but check wherever you have your insurance. And if you don't have insurance, what are you doing, driving or doing anything else? You've got to have that insurance. You got to have life insurance?
Yes, I'd say life insurance is probably a primary need, especially people that have families. In the event of an unforeseen death, there's a lot of final expenses and debts that have to be paid, and life insurance comes in handy. And most people, they say, well, I'm always, I'm worth more dead than I am alive. But unfortunately, when death occurs sometimes, there's never seems to be enough money available. And having this, as part of their program, will help ease a lot of the financial stress that may incur in the event of a loss.
Spoken like a real salesman. Tim Gibbons, thank you very much, Tim.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay.
Pleasure.
One of the easiest days we've had, whenever I was wondering where I was, I just had to look at the briefcases or the signs on the wall or the literature. And now I'm going to be talking to Curtis again. And Curtis, this is where you live.
This is where I live.
When you're not home.
When I'm not home.
All right. And you've been down here since '84?
Since '84, yes.
Your dad was telling us when you got out of college you didn't want to work in Chazy. He made that quite clear. You wanted to work down here.
Right.
It's worked out well so far?
Very good move. yeah, we're very pleased with our clientele and what we've done for business in Plattsburgh. Really happy.
Do you have anybody in charge of your employees other than yourself? Is there any one person out there that kind of answers the...
Yeah, Lynn is in charge of the people down here. She can basically, she's been here longer than I have.
I was just going to, hey, listen, you took the words right out of my mouth. She was here longer than you.
Yeah, she can do everything plus some.
Okay, so she's taking care of the regular employees' questions, little problems, and what's
day-to-day problems.
If they want to talk to you, they can talk to you. But day-to-day, she's taking care of that.
Exactly.
Big help to you.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry, the little... What's big to them may not be very big at all, but she can handle it very quickly. And she would know how to.
Exactly, and she does a good job with it.
Very good.
Very good job
Does
with it.
a very good job talking with us, too.
She did a nice job,
Well,
huh?
yeah. She's married to Rick. Rick has taught her good. Rick has taught her very well.
That's important to remember.
All right.
Bob?
Yes.
You notice he's much bigger than I am? He's got a fireplace in this office.
I see that he's got a fireplace here, but you know, he's not higher on a pedestal like you are. You don't have that elevated chair or anything. And the best chair in the place is sitting for his customers right here. And one of your customers is here.
Yes.
Well, let me just see if I can say hello to this customer. And your name, ma'am? Madeline Pellerin. My name is Bob Venn. This is Hometown Cable from up north, and they've already said you agreed to just talk with us and don't mind being on camera. Now, you look like you're here visiting and having a great time, and you're really a customer?
Yeah, I always visit with Curtis when I come in.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Madeline and I have done business for quite a few years now,
Yeah,
Madeline?
yeah. When my husband was alive. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
How did you happen to start with Latremore? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Yeah. Yeah.
To tell you the truth, I don't remember either, Madeline. I think there was you had a problem once with an insurance policy or something. It was maybe with the old Armin Leonard agency. Were you with Armin Leonard back years ago?
Yeah.
My
husband was.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's how it happened. And we got together that way.
Yeah.
Yep. Do quite a bit of business for her and her boys. And
Yeah. Do you remember when you first came and you looked so young? You said, "Does he know anything about insurance?" Did that come into your mind?
Oh, he was quite impressive.
He was quite impressive, huh?
thanks, Madeline.
Yeah. Now, is there any chance you can get a better rate because she said things like that to you, Curtis?
I wish I could negotiate a little more with the insurance company right now. I'll tell you that.
Where are you from?
Plattsburgh.
In Plattsburgh.
Town of Plattsburgh.
Is this a personal policy you have here,
No,
or
I
you have a
own,
business?
I own some apartment buildings.
Oh, I just
Too many apartment buildings some of the time, right, Madeline?
Oh, yeah.
You know
Well,
how that can be, Bob.
yeah.
You're a landlord
Yeah,
yourself.
well, I'll tell you, but to have someone who can guide you in insurance is a big thing. And we were talking up in Chazy that many times I don't know what I'm covered for, really. And I have to go by my agent to tell me, you know. And I also have never felt like they're trying to sell me something I don't need. If you have that feeling, it's got to be bad, you know. But I'm sure he's telling you the different things, and there's different things happening all the time in insurance.
All the
New
time.
kinds of coverages.
All the time.
Yeah, you
All
get
right.
cancellations that you don't
Yeah.
even know are coming.
Yeah. You know,
Exactly, Madeline. There you go.
You know, I was thinking, you know, I'd heard a couple times they said, I've heard up around Chazy that Curtis loses his head from time to time. And I didn't know what they meant. But you see his drinking cup right there? Look at that drinking cup, and you'll see why they said that. The top half of him is gone.
Like that, huh?
Well, I noticed that, and I was
He's
wondering.
got the most important part, the kid.
The kid right at the bottom. You knew that when your dad was a big man up there, and you were the little kid down there.
Yeah, that's...
We've had a good time all day. We've been talking mostly on the family nature. It's a family business. Thank you very much for talking to us, and good luck with your apartment.
Thank you.
And this is the office down here. He's got an office not quite as big as your dad's yet, but you got a fireplace.
Got a fireplace.
Huh?
I'm gonna come out though.
What? It's
The
going to come out?
fireplace- Yeah, it doesn't. This building was actually two buildings sitting here on the corner that were put together back maybe 12 years ago. They were put together, and this used to be residential apartments. The fireplace stayed, and the chimney flue isn't very good. And a new roof was just put on the building this summer, and we took the top of the flue off, and it's just a matter now of getting the fireplace actually out.
Your dad was showing us around, and he showed us you have 3 bathrooms here. Now, when you were home with all that family, you only had 1 bathroom.
One bathroom.
So that bothered you so much you wanted 3 when you got
yeah.
down. You got your own there? Is that one of those yours private?
No.
That's it. We're going to be moving out, and then we'll say hello to Glenn over here as we close off. One of the principals, the originator, Glenn and Mary. We'll come over here and see the Latremore in the background here. That's the way you spell it right there. That's the way you say it, spell it. It's the way you yell it. They used to say in school, right? Latremor. That's French, for sure. Was your father, mother from Canada?
My original grandparents, way back, came from France.
From France, yeah. Do you speak French? No. Never have in your group?
Grandfather, grandmother's could.
Uh-huh.
But no,
Okay, well, it's been a very enjoyable time for us to be here, and we know that we've learned a little bit about insurance. We've also learned a lot about the Latremores, and that's what this is really all about. I'm sure 25 years, they think of it as Latremores rather than an insurance company, as a family. People know you. There's Madeline sitting here like she's an aunt or something. She just enjoys talking with your son here. That's nice to have customers.
But he doesn't get no work done. He
yeah, but it'll show up on the bottom line. That's what he says. Anything else, Glenn, before we leave?
No, it's family owned, and it's everyone that works for us is part of the family, as you can tell.
Yep.
Eventually, as the women are here, after they've been with us 2 years or longer, we get them licensed. It's hard to say in the first year you're going to license them because they don't. They got to learn the insurance business, and we do use Mr. Scriber for our schooling because he is very good. Basically, I've told you everything that I can think about. I hope that next time you come up here, we're redoing this office, that this will all be redone again. He's taking out the fireplace. He said we're painting, putting new carpet down, and so on. We're doing the whole Plattsburgh office, plus the outside. I was told, right, Curtis? We're doing the outside also.
Well, if you. Like I say, if there's anybody out there that has problem with insurances, you having problem with your agent, you're having trouble with your mail order policy, you don't have to come to Latremore. They're one of the good ones, but there are others. But don't stay with someone that you're having problems with. Look around and get some ideas. That fair enough? Sure. And they're there to answer your questions. And if you've learned anything today, fine. This wasn't meant as a complete insurance lesson, but we brought up a couple things. And if nothing else, check your policies. If you can't read it, when probably you don't understand it, give a call to your agent, whoever they might be, and ask them. If you got mail order, you got bigger problems, right?
Right.
Mail order. What about mail order? Let's take 1 minute. Mail order. Mail order can be a big problem.
You have no agent to do ID cards for you. You have no agent to handle your claims for you. Everything's done with an 800 number. There's no personal contact with anyone. You're just a number.
Yep.
It's not a good. They're less. The premium's always less, basically, than what they would be from a general agent. But you got to remember, there's no service needed. And as I said before in the Chazy office, you should have your homeowners checked at least every 3 years. Bring it to your agent or call them and go over it. Your automobile's the same way, and no one should be carrying just the limits that's required by law. You've got to carry higher limits today. And if you are, and everybody should carry an umbrella policy. I know for the little extra money, they start, minimum premium is $100. It depends on each account. But for $100, an umbrella policy is well worth it. And I just want to say, anybody's welcome. We'll gladly compare rates or so on. We're not always going to be the agency with the least premium because we cannot guarantee that. But we can guarantee you one thing. We'll give you the service.
Okay. 25 years ago, did you think that you would grow like you have?
No.
When you started out, that's a big step you took. A big step.
I didn't even think I'd be in it for 1 year.
You know, you don't really know what a year is, though. You got to remember.
No, I know.
You don't know the difference between 32 and 33.
Oh, well, I know.
You're not going to live that one down.
No, no. I'm going to get my marriage license out and show you. I said about 33.
About 33. You get your eyes done. You get your glasses made in about an hour. Well,
right.
You've been in about 33
Well, we've
years.
been 32.
Yes.
In 1962, I got married, so it's 32. So it's going on 33. No,
right.
We're both right.
You're both right. Thank you for watching Hometown Cable.
I would like to say thanks to you,
Thank
too.
you. Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Curtis. We're always glad to see the people that we know and to learn a little bit more about insurance and a little bit more about the family. And it's nice coming in your offices. We've met some nice people. We've met about 12, 13 people that work for you. And they all seem to be happy. I don't know if that's because you're here. I usually ask them what they think about the boss, but when the boss is standing there, it don't do any good.
No, because I gave them orders.
You told them what to say?
No, I told them, if you like your job, you know what to say.
Oh, yeah, there you go. If you don't, just tell them you're busy.
That's right. Well, I appreciate you spending, well, you've been here just about all day, Bob, and Calvin. I appreciate it very much, and I hope someday that I can be of service to you, and to you, Calvin.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much again for watching Hometown Cable every day, 1 o'clock, 4:30, 8 p.m., midnight, 8 the following morning, and every Sunday, those same hours, Bob Venn with What's Going On Here, and Calvin Castine with the camera, and what you're seeing is what he does, and Mike is what I do. Smiling is what he does. Good night, everybody.
Good night.